In this lesson, we're going to talk about your summary. Your summary is this section. Again, we're doing all of our work on the laptop or desktop versions. Do not use your mobile. You do not have the same features available. It's more of a stripped down version just for convenience. So as far as setting up your profile, make sure you're using a desktop or a laptop to do that. Your headline, we talked about your name. We've already gone over your photos. We've talked about your headline. And next we're going to talk about your summary, which is the very first part of your profile that actually has some real meat to it. Now, most people either don't use this section up here, or what they do is they do all their selling, or they just duplicate what they do, which doesn't make for a very good read. What I prefer people do is to actually tell their story. Many times people want to figure out how can they be different, whether they're looking for work, whether they're trying to separate themselves from the competition. They want to know how, they want to be able to show how they're different, and a lot of times they try to differentiate themselves on the products, that they're better, they have better customer service, they're more affordable, they have superior products. But everyone says that. Everyone says they're number one. So what all those things that people do doesn't really differentiate them. It just makes them look more like everyone else that's saying they're number one. One thing that is unique is you. You are the one that's unique, and this is your opportunity to show it. What I'm going to do is break down my summary, and this doesn't mean this is exactly how you do it, but it's a framework. There's a guideline it'll provide you some kind of framework or idea of how you can structure yours to bring your personality out, and at the same time bring across your goal of who you're looking to connect with and ways that people might be able to do business with you. So I start mine off here, and I start on the personal side. While originally from Southern California, I called Columbus, Ohio my home for the last 9 years. I've been married for 19 years. I have one teenager in high school and one in college. Professionally, I've been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember. The problem was that I was always very introverted and shy, not good for building a business. I started intentionally with my background in Southern California and being in Ohio because the more points that you have where people can feel connected with you, if you take in my networking class, you'll understand this point, that most of the time people really don't connect with professions or what you do professionally. What they do is they connect with who you are as a person, shared experiences, shared places that you've lived, worked, things that you like that are in common. We like people generally that are like ourselves. So the more things that you can put in this summary section and still have it flow, it's better for two reasons. One, it connects with your potential viewer, your potential client, your potential target, the person in your target market. And also, it also helps with keyword searches. The more you have in here to come up in potential keyword searches, that's also helpful as long as it's put in context. So by putting that I'm from Southern California, called Columbus, Ohio, my home for the last 9 years, I want people to know that this is my home. This is, I'm here in Columbus, Ohio. I don't want people to think I'm moving away or I'm like transient. I want them to know that I'm here to stay. This is my home. So I want them to feel comfortable with that. I also share my background of being from out of state. So even if somebody's not from Southern California, but they might be from Florida or Texas or Michigan or whatever other state they're from, they might relate to the fact that, hey, you know what, I'm not from here either. So again, there's like more connection points. I mentioned that I've been married 19 years. I have kids that are a little bit more on the grown side. Again, just extra points to where people can see that I'm a family. I'm a family man. I want people to know that I'm a family man. I'm not a party animal. I'm a family man. I've been married. I think if you're married, that can be helpful if that's something you're willing to share in your summary. The reason I put that is because I don't want anyone that I'm connecting with to get the wrong impression, especially if I'm connecting with maybe a female. I don't want them to think I'm trying to pick them up or something like that. So I put proudly that I've been married for 19 years and I have kids. So again, that kind of, sharing some of the background, it helps when people know who you are and what you're about. And then I talk about professionally that I've been an entrepreneur as long as I can remember in this section. And then also share some vulnerability right here up front in the very first paragraph. The problem is I was very introverted and shy. So it's not really like really bad or anything, but it's just a little bit of vulnerability. A lot of times people are bragging on themselves in this section, or they're talking about themselves in third person, like, Chris did this and Chris did that and Chris, it's there's like a detachment. It's like, who exactly is writing this profile for you? So I prefer to use first person to where whoever's reading it actually feels a connection with you immediately. And this is just the first paragraph. So that's what I have there. So a little bit of transparency, a little bit of vulnerability there, so to help connect with the person viewing it. And then next paragraph, I talk about after 37 years of suffering in silence, literally. So if you know my story, I've been very, very shy, introverted for most of my life, and I had to overcome it to do what I'm doing today. I made a decision to take the steps to overcome my fear of public speaking, networking, and social settings. I now help entrepreneurs, job seekers, and business leaders to break through their mental barriers and learn the skills to become a better networker. Again, you could see I have some keywords in here, but it also talks about who my target audience is, who are the people that I help. So think about who the people are that you help, who are the people that are in your target audience, who are the people that you want to come up on a keyword search. If somebody's looking for something, who do you want to be able to link directly to you through that keyword search? And then I continue here. I'm passionate about what I do because I believe that better networkers create stronger businesses and connected communities. I wanted to paint a bigger picture that I don't want to just help people just so they can make sales, even though that's going to happen. But I wanted people to understand the bigger vision behind why I enjoy doing what I'm doing. This next paragraph. My normal week involves connecting people, facilitating networking events, coaching individuals, speaking at local organizations, and training corporate teams. Between all of that, I still make time to meet with current friends and new friends over coffee or lunch. What I'm doing here in this last paragraph is I'm helping people to understand what I do. If I tell them I'm a business networking coach, or even if you look at my headline up here, creating better, they might not understand what that is. They haven't seen it before. So here I'm telling people what my week looks like so they can understand what I do. Again, this may or may not fit for what you're doing, but figure out what does and use that. Also, what I'm doing here is I'm actually, if you look at it again, look at this whole section right here. If you look at it, I'm actually telling people how they might be able to hire me or how they might be able to refer me. So if you look at it again, these are ways that people might be able to hire me or to refer me to somebody within their network. So you want to be clear and still do it in a way that's not salesy. So you notice how it kind of fits in with the story. And then I finish off here with I make time to meet with current friends or new friends over coffee and lunch. So I wanted to build in some approachability to my profile. I didn't want it to seem like I'm so super high successful that I don't have time to meet with you or talk to you and you're interrupting me. I didn't want to come across like that. So I added this line about still meeting with people over coffee or lunch. I wanted to maintain that approachability. My call to action. I love to network, so send me a connection request and introduce yourself. Let's see what we can do together. Again, just trying to extend and let people know that I'm approachable. I want people to connect with me because I know that that's the beginning point of doing business is people have to feel comfortable with who you are and that they like you. If they like you, they're going to be more likely to want to do business with you. So think about your call to action. You notice I don't have my website in the copy here. I don't say, hey, visit my website to, purchase a coaching package or, none of that kind of stuff. It's a little bit too soon for that in the relationship, so don't jump there yet. Right now, you just want to be able to reach out and connect with people. Let them know, hey, it's okay, connect with me. I'd love to see what we can do together type thing. Okay, so that's the summary section. I'm going to pull up a couple of other summaries. So if you want to take a break here and start working on your own, you can do that. The way you adjust your summary is clicking on the pencil and you scroll down. This should start looking very familiar to you, which is something that I wanted. I want you to feel comfortable being on this platform, and this is the most current up-to-date one. I'm recording this in May 2018, so you should always have the updated version through this program. They change it all the time, so this is literally the most recent change that they just rolled out within the last couple weeks. So here's the summary. You can work on it directly in here. You can even drag this box out if you need a little bit more space. You can also just type it out on a different document, on a Word document, copy it and paste it over here if that's easier for you to do instead of spending all your time on the LinkedIn section. And that's your summary section. So that's where you would do. I'm going to go ahead and finish this video. I'm going to add a couple more videos to this lesson. So move over to not to the next lesson yet. Stay in this lesson, but watch the next video, and I'll do a couple of more breakdowns of Christy, Harvey, and Kathy's summaries if that helps you with creating yours. So if you already got what you need out of mine, go for it. If you need more help, go ahead and jump into the next video.